Man, we setting the tone. I'm a little upset because I was talking and wasn't recording this whole time. And I already got most of what I wanted to write down already up here. So, I guess it expedites it though. Listen, we are stepping into an era where we're leaving hard work behind us. We're leaving the hustle grind culture behind us. And we're actually tapping into our source to fucking create. Fucking make quantum leaps. It's real. It's true. And we are operating in 3 different dimensions. You feel me? I want you to follow along because this is about to change your life. It's about to change the way you think and do things. We are operating in 3 dimensions. Now keep in mind, all of these dimensions are on the inside of you. And I know I have this, mind your business. All of these dimensions are on the inside of you. You have the 3rd dimension where you tap into the world. You tap into the world with your 5 senses. You know your 5 senses, touch, smell, etc. This is where problems occur. This is where problems happen, contrasts happen, situations happen, all in the 3rd dimension, right? The 3rd dimension is a reflection of our consciousness. I'm not gonna go there, but let's stop and understand what the 3D is. The 3D is where we wake up, we see people, we go to work, all operating in the 3rd dimension. Now the 4th dimension is your imaginative state. The 4th dimension is where the magic happens. This is where your subconscious is at. This is where your ability to visualize is at. Let me actually write that down. Because I have imagination here and subconscious, and you also visualize in this dimension. This is where you go to for solutions. Now I want you to keep this in mind. You manifest every day. You just don't feel like the ability to do it can take you levels, to take you 2 levels. Let's say you and your partner are thinking about what am I going to eat for dinner tonight? Where are we going to go for date night, right? In the 3rd dimension, that's a problem. You're thinking about it in a situation, you're thinking about where are we going to go to eat. Now you're not thinking in the 3rd dimension, although it may feel like you're actually tapping into your imaginative state to see what you're going to eat. To really think about, do we want steak, do we want seafood, do we want burgers? So you tap into this 4th dimension. We do so often we don't think about it like that. You tap into the 4th dimension of your imaginative state and you think about whatever you want to eat. Seafood, burgers, whatever the case may be, you may have a taste for something in particular. And then you go back into the 3D and you experience it. You created it. What it looks like is that you're thinking about what you're going to eat while you're at work on Friday at 12 o'clock. Friday at 6 o'clock, you're actually in front of the steak in the 3rd dimension. I mean, how simple could it be? And then the 5th dimension is your God consciousness. Now this is where infinite ability lies. This is where the universe, God, source, whoever you want to plug in, this is how they communicate to you in the 3rd dimension of how it's going to happen. Now, some of us don't tap into the 5th dimension as frequently because we are able to manifest through the 3rd and the 4th dimension like this. When you get good at manifesting, you don't need to go into the 5th dimension all the time. So manifestation, like when you get good, just say you like to plan a vacation. You want to plan a vacation. You see this vacation a year from today. You're thinking about the vacation in the 3rd dimension, right? You're writing it down, you're planning it, you're getting it together in the 3rd dimension. And then in the 4th dimension, this is where you're thinking about what you want to do, what date you want it to be. You imagine how you're going to experience it. You think about the people, right, that's going to be there. You start to browse on the internet, different excursions that you can do. Don't get it. You know you planned a vacation before. And you tapped into the 4th dimension when you did it. And then it happened in the 3rd dimension months later. That process is repetitive in our experience every day. When we brush our teeth, when we wake up in the morning, when we go to work, when you're thinking about stopping by Krispy Kreme before work, you're thinking about the idea in the 3D, and then you start to imagine how good that donut is going to taste in the 4D, and before you know it, you're experiencing it. The reason it's so easy with these 2 is simply because we don't think about it as something that's grand. And your analytical mind, which is something I'm going to talk about in a bit, it's a small veil. So if you believe and you have an expectancy of something, and you know that you can do it because you've done it before in your past, it's so much easier to manifest. Now, when it's something like a profitable business, a healthy relationship, $50,000, $1 million, whatever the case might be, you may not be familiar with how to create that. So that's when you tap into your 5th dimension. Now, the 5th dimension is your God consciousness. You access this dimension with meditating. And I know how meditating can be challenging. To build the tolerance towards meditation, you may need to drive in a car without listening to music. Take a walk in your community without being on your phone. You want to minimize stimulation as much as possible so you can build the tolerance for your body to sit in silence and really receive clarity from this fifth dimension so it can communicate to you in the third dimension how your business is going to prosper or how to attract that partner. You feel me? And then so forth. Or how to become financially free. You literally have infinite abilities to tap into this fifth dimension. Right? So that was really good. Good job. So sometimes with the fifth dimension, it may communicate to you that you need to operate through your gift in the third dimension. Right? That's the easiest way to manifest, is to operate through your gift. Now it's different for everybody. You have a different life path. Everybody's not meant to do what you're doing or vice versa. So problems happen in the 3D. You go to your imaginative state in the 4D. And then you go into the 5D through meditation to communicate, so the higher self can communicate to your third dimensional self how to accomplish it. That was really good. I mean, that's all I gotta say. That's all I gotta say. So when problems and situations happen, oh, I did mention, I forgot. Well, this is a whole video, but the law of vibration is important. You must be vibrating at a high feeling to operate in these three dimensions. You must be vibrating in a high feeling, a high emotion. You feel me? So anytime you're at work or you're navigating raising kids or you're, XYZ, you may not be vibrating at a frequency that's elevated. And that might prevent you from actually tapping into these dimensions because you're operating in survival. And when you operate in survival, you're not able to really tap into these dimensions because it does take trust and it does take an open heart. I feel like I'm getting into another topic. So these are the three dimensions of manifestation. These are the formula. Keep this in mind. We're not done with this yet. We said in the tone.